Hi everybody, I'm Jose.
And I'm Vinay.
Welcome to RanchoLosFonseca. So today we are going to be talking about me. So what we're going to talk about is what happened when I fell off the horse. So we all know that I flew off the horse, but what happened? So there was like a big ordeal because she actually did run away. So like I wasn't able to hold on to her the whole time. She actually ran. So we're going to explain how we got her back and the whole situation that happened there. So the wash is actually only like 3 blocks down. These blocks are pretty long, but not too much longer. But so we just come straight out to the front. We take a right, we take a left, and we go straight down, and the wash is right there. And there's like a little entrance that we have to go through. We'll talk more about that later. But so we have a clip that we can show you how I would start sprinting Panda. Like I'd actually run with her to where like, I would say she's going like maybe 60 to 70% of what she could do. But so when I was running her, we were just going on the straightaway. So we probably went like maybe half a mile. So we had picked up a good amount of speed, but I pulled back on the reins so that way she can stop. But when I pulled back, I guess I had pulled maybe too hard from one side. So she turned all the way around to the right. Like as if she just did a quick, what would it be called?
Like a U-turn.
She did like a quick U-turn. But I went straight over her head. But I tried to bring her down with me, which probably wasn't a good idea. Freaked her out. So she reared up and the reins actually ripped out of my hands.
So tell them about the reins.
So what I did was I left them in the goats area, and the goats pretty much will chew on everything. So they chewed on the leather until they were gone. It wasn't usable anymore. So I replaced that leather rein with a piece of rope, which probably wasn't the best idea. That's probably why that side pulled harder than the left side. The right side pulled harder than the left side, and she turned around like that. But so yeah, when I flew over her, I tried to bring her down with me, so I held onto the reins. But so I scared her, so she reared up, and I'm still holding onto the reins, but the reins actually split down the middle because there's a right side and there's a left side, and they buckled together on top. But because the right was ripped and the left wasn't, I put a rope there and then tied it to the buckle. So when she actually ran off, I flew over and I landed on that rock. So I actually have a big old like knot right on the side of my spine, and it's like bone. It's like I have a knot on the bone. But so
I've been rubbing it out for the past few weeks.
So she runs, right? And there's no way I can catch her. Like I get up, my hips all messed up. We had just did like hips. We had did band work the day before.
We work out. We did legs the day before.
So I'm trying to catch up to this horse that I just flew off of in boots. And my hips are sore because we just did band work the day before. And the only thing I can do is call Brene, who was at the house, and let her know what direction the horse went. So when the horse takes off, the horse went at least a good half a mile. But there's nothing I can do. The horse was gone. All I saw was like a big cloud of dust. It was like a legit cartoon. So I called Brene and I'm like, hey, the horse went down. And so I'm trying to calm down. I'm not trying to calm down. Okay. So what happened was I flew off the horse, and I'm trying to explain everything in like as little words as possible because I'm trying to stay calm myself. But so I call Brene and I tell her, I'm like, hey, the horse ran down to Highland. Like, go meet the horse down at Highland. I'm up here at the wash still.
So Highland is the main street. So I get in my car and I drive to Highland.
You started driving to Highland?
Started driving.
So, like, not even 2-3 minutes later, she starts running back up. Like, cause I couldn't run. Like, I'm in boots. Like, you ain't running in cowboy boots, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so she starts running back up towards me. So now I'm excited. Like I'm thinking she's gonna run back to me. So I'm trying to like stand there, wait for the horse to run up, and then as soon as she starts coming up and she sees the entrance to the wash, she runs straight to the entrance to the wash. So you can go straight, like parallel with the train tracks, but then once you go, there's only like one entrance from the side of the train tracks, and that's the entrance that her and I always go through. So she recognized it. She runs through the entrance, and now I call Brene. I'm like, oh, she ran back up towards me, but she's on the main street in Muscoy. So what happened when I called you the second time?
So I made a U-turn, and then I started driving down the street.
Okay. So I run to the entrance, like I run out to the street again, and a car's coming up. Like I can see my horse like running down the street. She's running like by herself. But so I can see her run to the street, and I could see all these cars like block my view from her. So I can't see her anymore when she's running the street. But a car pulls up right in front of me, and I'm pointing towards the horse like, hey, my horse is over there. And they're like, yeah, your horse. I'm like, yeah, I know, give me a ride. Like, what's up, can you take me to the horse?
So
they're
he
like,
hitchhiked.
yeah, get in.
He hitchhiked.
So I look in the back of their car, and there's like papers, all kinds of stuff. And I'm in like my dirty boots. I'm just coming from the wash. But so I scoot their boxes over, and I'm stepping on all their papers and everything. Sorry about that.
But thank you.
So they take me down the street, and they start turning down my street. I'm like, nah, the horse went straight that way. They're like, no, it went this way. And now I'm all excited in the back. I'm like, oh, she went home. Like, let's go. Like, I'm celebrating in the back. We haven't even got home yet, and I'm already celebrating. I'm like, oh, I already knew. I'm like, she went home. So anyways, we pull up to right in front of my house, and then I see Brene already has the horse, and she's walking back there. Like, this thing happened so fast. Like,
so I made a U-turn, and I'm driving down the street, and I see Panda running down the street, and there's 3 cars behind her. So I get out of my car's still running. So I leave my car running in the middle of the street, get my horse, Panda, walk her back to the house. She's sweaty. She's drenched in sweat. Like she looked like she just got out of the pool. Like she's drenched in sweat.
Yeah, like there's no way to explain it. Like because I have read about, like, I know that horses do sweat, and like you hear that they're sweaty, but her fur was like wet. Like, and it's funny because think about it, coming from the bottom out, so you can actually see like her hair started to get like little. It kind of looked like little like porcupines, but it was really because it's just wet, but all over.
Like she was drenched.
Her fur was covered.
So I
in
grab
sweat.
her and I walk her into our property, and then I hear him say, "Hey," and I'm like, "What the heck? I thought you were at the wash." Like he got there fast, like in a minute, like he was there.
Yeah, it was funny, but yeah, I was trying to run. I was limping, couldn't. It was funny. I couldn't feel nothing though, to be honest with you. I didn't feel anything till like the next day, and not even then. Like two weeks later, I think I finally started complaining about something, and even then, it only lasted like a day. So I'm fine.
Okay, so what do you think made Panda freak out?
When she turned like that?
Yeah, why did she make a U-turn?
I think it was just because I didn't have the right rein on it. So I think there was more pressure on one side than the other side. So when I pulled her back, I think it pulled more to the right than the left. So it made her just turn to the right. I bought her right reins and we fixed it.
Well,
there you have it.
yeah, that's how he fell off. That's exactly what happened. He hitchhiked home, and we got Panda.
So family, friends, like our video, subscribe to the program or what's it called, channel, and yeah, share our videos. But we're looking forward to telling you more of our adventures later. Have a good one.
Bye guys. Why are you making that noise, Panda? Why are you making that noise, Mama?